Yeah, I was a little concerned in warm-ups tonight. I've been doing this a long time, and the travel sometimes you start to see some obvious signs of fatigue. Like in warm-ups today, it looked like we had heavy legs and just like we're leading with our arms and not moving our feet, not quite the same bounce that I'm used to seeing. And it's not a huge difference. It's a relatively small difference. I thought the first set, was played pretty close. You look at the end of the first set, statistically, we were right there. We had a few kind of unforced hitting errors. I thought in transition, we got a lot of nice touches. And if we'd closed out the first set, maybe it's a little different. And then, second set, they went on a couple nice service runs early, and once they get a lead, Josh can start being creative and doing whatever he wants, and kind of the same scenario in the third set.
We have a question for just student athletes.
Larry, he said that it looked like you guys maybe had heavy legs. Did you feel that as a player, that maybe the travel had got to you guys a little bit, coming off playing last night? Did you feel like you guys might have had heavy legs and stuff in warm-ups?
I'd say a little bit, but I think that's just, your common, just like travel and, you practice and, going to the hotel and just, just whatever you do in your, in your daily schedule. But we did have an intense match yesterday, and I think part of the fatigue was for sure from that, because, every match we play, we go all out, and that's definitely what we did last night. So, we just have to, like Coach said, just energy conservation, take care of your body a little better, and, a few technical things, and, the match could have went either way.
For Joe, what was the difference coming into this game compared to the last game of the regular season when you came back to beat them?
Going into it, you said?
Yeah, I mean, just did you guys feel the same way?
No, yeah, I mean, obviously last week there was that emotional, the senior night emotions, and that's a pretty special thing. I don't know if anybody has ever been able to see that. So going into that, there's definitely that, and there was that extra motivation. And I mean, we understood fully what we were going to be getting tonight, and we understood they were going to be motivated because of what happened last week. And, there's factors in that for sure, but yeah, I mean, you could just sense there wasn't that same kind of energy for sure on our side of the net, and for whatever that was, yeah.
Did you feel like you had to be a little more predictable just because of some of the passing?
No, I mean, yeah, well, they first of all, hats off to Long Beach. They were playing a really good match, and they were going after it from the service line. And when they're kind of reeling like that, it's really tough to stop them. And, I mean, I'm gonna have to go back and look at video exactly what they did. There's definitely scenarios where I could have made better decisions for our hitters, but ultimately, I think for the most part, I never actually felt like it didn't really feel like we were that far behind. Like, I mean, they would go on service runs here and aces, but in terms of just working in transition and stuff, it felt like we were right in there with them, and so that's something I'm definitely going to take away from this match in terms of going forward here.
Any other questions, student athletes? All right, gentlemen, you're excused. We'll turn it up for Coach.
Tony, what can Coach do when you get a sense from your team that maybe the energy's not there in the run?
Yeah, and it looked pretty good, and it's something you always kind of look at pre-match. I've learned long ago to not gauge how we're going to play on what the warm-up looks like in terms of performance, because there's sometimes we've looked really bad and played really good, so I don't draw a correlation there. But it's just, there's a difference when I use that term heavy legs. I've seen it before, and you can just tell that some of them they're not keeping their feet underneath them, and mostly it's on serve receive. They're a little less on the jump and a little less when they were hitting and blocking, but mostly for us, because we work so hard on using our feet to put ourselves in position, use our hands, that I could tell. And like I said, so if we're fortunate enough to advance next week, it's an even longer week. We're likely to travel on a Sunday and play on a Tuesday, and if you're gonna be playing at the end of the week, you got to learn how to conserve energy throughout. And we just got caught a little flat-footed tonight.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about maybe the hopes and what would get you in as the at-large?
Well, I mean, we've done what we've done, and all those arguments. I mean, if you look straight at the RPI, and I think I mentioned this last night, coming into the week, we were 5, Irvine was 4, BYU and UCLA were 2 and 3, Long Beach is 1. So 5 beats 4, we're at least 4. You know what I'm saying? 2 and 3 are playing each other. Somebody's going to lose. 1's still 1. I mean, I would think we've done enough. The MIVA, I saw before that Ohio State won, so they're in. And it would, then you're talking about taking like 7 and leapfrogging us over us from losing to 6 when we beat 4. They could do it. I think that would be, I don't think there's been precedent for that. So I'm confident, but like I said, we'll be somewhere over the middle of Pacific Ocean when they announce it. So we'll wait and see what it is when we land.
Things really got away from you in that second set. They really started off hot. What changed from the first set to the second set?
Yeah, they got off. I don't remember who it was first that went back and had a good service term. They had a couple guys in a row, and they're a pretty experienced group, and certainly talented. So when they start getting a little bit of a lead, they steamroll it, and that's what they've done to a lot of teams for a while now. And they got, like I said, they got a little bit of a lead, and then every guy going back is just high on it, like he's being aggressive. So it kind of snowballs, and that's it's something they're good at. And the same thing, Josh starts getting super creative and flinging balls around. So it becomes really hard to predict what they're going to do, and you're just chasing it. I'm proud how we battled back in both of those. We were way down and battled back, and things go a little different. Maybe in the third set we could have pressed it, but they definitely were better than us tonight.
Final question for Coach.
Coach, you pulled on Tilbury again tonight. What's going on with that?
Yeah, he just gets stuck over there. He's given up too much of the sideline, and it's something we've worked on where it's like he's got to use the sideline a little bit more than what he was doing. And I said like 3 times to slide over a little bit, and he didn't. So I slid him over a lot.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Marvin.
Thank you.